Hello, fancy people. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Edification Hour. I'm Caleb, and I'm joined with...
By me, Logan.
Eventually, they'll go to your camera.
Yeah, maybe.
But today, what do we got? We got just a small bit of entertainment news, just kind of some stuff going on out there, you know.
Yeah.
We've
got a lot of Nintendo stuff going on. The Direct just released.
And then we'll have, gotta get past all the Nintendo news.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot to get through.
And then we'll have your meme of the week this week, some anime news, and then we'll have some gaming news just to round off the show.
Finally, a tech news.
And then one tech news. Look at that. Wow. I didn't
if we can get to it with how much we got.
If we can get to it. We'll try not to spend too much time on stuff. But I'll go ahead and start out. Just a couple of little movies coming out soon. Blade is going to come out on November 3rd, 2023. And then there's another Fantastic Four movie.
Another one. See if they can get one right.
Coming out on my birthday, the year of 2024.
It's your birthday gift.
I don't want it. I really don't want it. Another Haunted Mansion, March 10th, 2020. Is this real? Are we back in 2015? Is this are we back in 2015? That was what? No, the Haunted Mansion. Anyways.
Yeah.
And then Captain America 4. Really?
More Marvel movies.
I thought he was done. But February 16th, 2024. Just some little tidbits right there.
Yeah.
Goodness. But Logan, what's going on?
Yeah, so next up we've got Disney's reviving Futurama, but without Bender's voice actor. Set to premiere in 2023, Disney's attempting to reboot the popular series Futurama on Hulu. However, John DiMaggio, who voices Bender, has decided he is not going to be returning for his role in the series. This seemed more like Disney was cutting him off from the role rather than him not wanting to. He's tweeted out a bunch of stuff and retweeted other people saying that he should be in the role, and the show's not going to be the same without him. So this just seems like Disney trying to save money.
That just seems weird. Why even revive the series if you're not going to bring back the whole cast?
Who knows, maybe just he wanted too much money or something like that. But they're Disney, so it shouldn't matter in the first place. Who cares?
They write a blank check for everything. Why? What does it matter?
All right. And the next TV show we've got coming up is Boba Fett. As you probably know, Boba Fett ended a little while ago for 7 weeks. 7 is an odd amount of episodes to have for a series.
Yeah. Or
maybe 8, 12, 7, a bit weird. But after 7 weeks, the Book of Boba Fett has come to an end this past Wednesday. The Disney Plus series was first announced in a post-credits scene at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2, and given Boba Fett's beloved status among many Star Wars fans, there was a lot of anticipation about where his post-original trilogy story would go. While this debate around the Book of Boba Fett's approach to its titular character and overall focus will surely continue, another question has also popped up. What's next for Boba Fett in the Star Wars universe?
I don't know. How did people receive the Book of Boba Fett series?
It was mostly negative from what I've heard.
I heard mixed stuff. Or maybe that was at the beginning. So
yeah. I've heard a lot of good stuff about the final episode in the series, but most in between that, it just seemed kind of bleh, either mediocre or just people unhappy with it. But, which is a shame because Boba Fett's a cool character, and The Mandalorian Season 2 was really good, but who knows.
Yeah, I still have to sit down and watch those, which I keep saying that, so it's probably never going to happen. But, yeah. But let's go ahead and move on to some Nintendo news. As we said earlier in the show, the Nintendo Direct happened, and my goodness,
did it happen?
It was a lot. There was a lot of stuff.
40 minutes.
Nintendo Switch Sports. If you liked the Wii Sports, well, this is basically the sequel. Only this time, we got anime avatars.
Yeah,
we've got
these weird not Miis, but we also still have Miis, so it's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like an evolution of Miis. It just feels like we just chose this anime aesthetic for this game for some reason.
It's very odd. I guess because Miis are a Wii thing, they're just trying to switch away from it.
Ha! I see what you did there. Switch away.
Yeah.
Very nice. let's see. It'll launch on April 29th, and there will be like a play test for Switch online membership members or whatever.
Like first members or whatever?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
No, it's not called first members, but basic, same thing. February 18th, 19th, and the 20th is when that'll happen. But moving on, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh wait, this is your story.
You're stealing my story.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. A total of 48 remastered courses from across the Mario Kart series are coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as a paid DLC. 8 courses will be released at a time over 6 waves by the end of 2023, which can all be played locally or online. You can enjoy the Booster Course Pass at no additional cost with a paid Nintendo Switch Online Plus Extension Pack membership, or purchase it on its own for $25.
So 48 courses for $25.
That's not a bad deal.
Not a bad
It's not a new, Mario Kart game, but that'll see a lot of old maps coming back. A lot of fan favorites. We can get all of the Rainbow Roads back in one game.
All the Rainbow. I hope that'd actually be really cool. I would have maybe preferred to see some more. Man, the next Smash game needs to be like Smash Kart, Super Smash Kart, or whatever. That'd be funny.
Twisted Metal, but with Nintendo characters.
Pretty much. Could you imagine actually having Captain Falcon ride? Because Link's in there.
F-Zero.
Animal Crossing.
We could just get a new F-Zero game. Let's just do
that.
Let's just do that.
That'll never happen, though.
Well, let me dream. Come on.
We dream. Next up. If you didn't see this coming, or if this was not on your Nintendo Direct bingo card, well, maybe it should have been, because Mario Strikers Battle League. Oh my gosh.
I'm super excited for this one.
This is amazing. And they just literally dropped it in the middle of the trailer like it was nothing. And I was like, in the middle of Direct like it was nothing. I was like, what? This is actually a big deal, guys.
And Nintendo tends to do that. They just kind of drop a big bomb and then move on. I don't know why, but...
If you're unfamiliar, the Mario Strikers series is well-beloved, like kind of soccer with power-ups and items and everything. So it's Mario. So
yeah, it's the Mario characters all playing soccer. It's the first game was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it.
They had a sequel, which I think people really enjoyed as well. And then
we're finally getting the new one.
Yeah, there's finally getting a new one.
Which
Gosh,
I can't wait to play.
Which you can play it on June 10th this year. So
it's right around the corner with how fast I can't believe we're already in the middle of February.
I know. This year's already going crazy.
It's going to be out before we even know it.
What's next?
So after that, we've got Chrono Cross, The Radical Dreamers. A remaster of the acclaimed RPG Chrono Cross is coming to the Nintendo Switch. A number of enhancements have been made to this classic, like the ability to turn off enemy encounters and a newly refined soundtrack. Plus, Radical Dreamers is included. Experience the origins of Chrono Cross in this text-based adventure. Two worlds cross when Chrono Cross The Radical Dreamers Edition dashes and slashes its way to Nintendo Switch on April 7th.
Wow. I was not expecting that, actually. No. I was like, I've actually been wanting to play Chrono Cross because I heard it was really good. But,
I've not really heard much about it, to be honest, myself. Yeah.
Well, I looked one day, I was like, what are the best RPGs on the PlayStation?
Is it part of Chrono Trigger, or is it a completely different series?
It's by the same guy.
It's by the same guy.
Anything with like the Chrono.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's just like his mark.
It's like Xeno.
Yeah.
The Xenoblade and stuff like that, or Xeno.
And we'll get to that later, I think.
Whoops, spoilers. Next up, we got the Portal Companion Collection. If you wanted to play your Portal games on the go, you can do that now on the Nintendo Switch. They're bringing both games, both collections. I think all the extra stuff that they might have added, all that is available. If you've not played a Portal game, I highly suggest that you pick these up. It'll kind of blow your mind with like the way the Portal technology works.
Yeah,
and
the puzzles
the comedy
and the characters are very good.
The characters and comedy in it is just great, especially two.
Yes, I think great. 2 is just better than the first one in every way, but you still got to play the first one.
No,
like,
the first one's great in its own right. Yeah. But yeah, the second one definitely kind of blows it out of the water.
But yeah, it doesn't really surprise me to see it come into the Switch. It's always just kind of one of those. I mean, it was on like the orange box, so it was always kind of a console game as well as a PC game.
It's always on, PC.
So it doesn't really surprise me, though. I think I would have preferred a Portal 3 announcement, but Valve can't count that high, so it doesn't really matter. Next up, we've got Splatoon 3. We've got the Salmon Run trailer. A new trailer showed off the next wave of the Salmon Run co-op mode in Splatoon 3, which will feature new features. A giant salmonid, one that's never seen before, can also be spotted at the end of the trailer. Will the Inklings and Octolings ink or swim? Find out when Splatoon 3 launches this summer.
It's very interesting. They basically said Inklings and Octolings, so you will be able to pick an Octoling.
I believe in 2 you were still able to be an Octoling.
Yeah, well, in the last game you had to buy the DLC.
But
in this one they're just like, here you go.
It would be a bit weird for them to block it off again if you purchase the game and they're like, but still pay extra. I could see happening, but
I actually really enjoyed Salmon Run in Splatoon 2. That was probably what I did the most. It was quite satisfying because you got stuff for doing it. So I was like,
let's just keep on doing it.
It was only sad though. It's like, it's closed right now. I'm like, why? I want to play. But next up was Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Well, they did a reveal of a certain mode that Kirby has.
Yeah, it was a bit weird to look at, to be honest.
It actually made the internet kind of blow up. It was so funny. It's actually a meme right now. That's probably what we should have done for meme of the week, but it's all right. So a new trailer for Kirby's latest unforgettable 3D platforming adventure introduced Mouthful Mode. With Mouthful Mode, Kirby can inhale real-world objects and transform into a car, zoom around, or like a vending machine to shoot juice cans. Now, why they decided this and not that he could just swallow the car, because
he always does.
Perfectly capable of swallowing because he is Kirby.
Yep, he can eat just about anything.
Have a car ability? No.
But now he's like wrapped around it or something, which is just weird and
if you go on the internet,
disturbing looking.
It's so many
made
things.
Out of elasticity, like plastic. It's just very odd.
I mean, I know Kirby is an eldritch god, but
it is a bit odd.
But Kirby in the Forgotten Land is coming out on March 25th, which I look forward to.
Next up, we've got Disney Speedstorm, a high-octane Disney and Pixar combat racer. Hey, you just mentioned that earlier.
I did.
From the creators of the Asphalt series comes this rip-roaring racing action with a legendary roster of characters and high-speed Disney and Pixar-inspired racetrack. Disney Speedstorm is a free-to-play game with new seasons added regularly, bringing more exciting Disney and Pixar characters, circuits, and karts. Plus, enjoy cross-platform play, as well as a split-screen and online multiplayer mode. It is coming out this summer.
It's so weird. Like, it took me by surprise. I was like, what? Why?
It kind of felt like we got into that age of the racing games in every, Crash Bandicoot, whatever. We're all doing racing games and stuff, and then we just stopped. And now it seems like we're just getting a bunch of racing games back.
History repeats itself.
I guess so. We just had that little break of no racing, and then we're finally back onto it again.
Yeah, after Mario Kart 8, there was the Nickelodeon Kart, and then nobody played it.
Yeah.
A remake they did, which I was actually wanting to check out because I remember I loved the original Nickelodeon Kart, whatever it was. And then now we're getting into like this stuff, and
we're getting more Mario Kart. We're
Crash
getting this.
Bandicoot.
The Crash Bandicoot tag team racing. Crash Bandicoot had like 3-4 different racing games.
So I was more or less talking about the recent remake they did.
The Insane trilogy.
So it's like history, just kind of like repeats itself in a way. It's like we got Crash Kart back, and goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, don't have a trailer for this, but just thought it was worth mentioning that No Man's Sky will come to Nintendo Switch this summer. If you're looking forward to that. Oh, look.
There we go. We got a graphic. No Man's Sky was kind of the underdog for a couple of years. They had that bad release, and then they've just kept working on it. So I think it's worth checking out now. Definitely wasn't on release, but they've just silently kept updating it, working on it. So I think they've really turned it into something good.
I agree. I agree.
Very good time-killing game if you don't really want to focus on anything and you just relax.
I can't
that kind
play
of
it. I was like, there's way too much to do. I'm so ADD. I want to focus on this one thing, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
So.
But we've got Earthbound coming. Earthbound 1, Earthbound Beginnings, joins Nessa, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh in their quest to fulfill an age-old prophecy to stop the wicked Gygus, and maybe catch a Runaway 5 concert along the way. In the fan-favorite NES classic Earthbound. In addition, travel back to the 1980X for an Earthbound Beginning, a localized version of the original Famicom Mother game. Both Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings are coming to the Nintendo Switch, and they're already out.
Yeah, no, yes, they are already out. They're available if you would like to go check it out, which they're both very good games. Well,
they are.
At least I know the second one. So, if you don't know, we only knew of, that's why they call the second one Earthbound. Or like in the sequel, because that was the only one we got.
Mother.
Yep. And the first one was like Mother, but now they're calling it Earthbound Beginnings, which I was like, wait.
Wow.
We never got this. Are they actually bringing it over?
Yeah.
So I was like, so is there a chance for Earthbound 3 or Mother 3, Earthbound 2, I guess is what they would call it with like Lucas and
Oh yeah.
That would be quite interesting.
It would be. I would enjoy playing that if they did do it.
That's what I thought they were going to do, but they only just did Earthbound Beginnings and then Earthbound.
Yeah, they might just be testing to see how well it does before they do anything else.
People have only been asking Reggie Fils-Aimé for Earthbound 3.
Well, Reggie's not here anymore, so.
For Mother 3 for like how long now? It's quite interesting. Moving on to some of the best game ever. I'm just kidding. Metroid Dread got a free update. I believe it's available now. Basically, it introduced a one-hit mode called Dread Mode, which, no thank you.
Well, I'm sure some people have already completed it.
Yeah,
the
actually,
insane people that love these series.
Pretty much. I did see somebody, they finished it in like 4 hours, and I was like, why? You know, because Dread and Metroid games are primed for like speed running and sequence breaking and everything.
Yeah, it's always crazy to see people speedrun these kinds of games.
But later in April, there will be a boss rush mode added. So that will be...
Yes.
That'll be quite interesting.
You did skip over it a little bit. We got the rookie mode, too.
Oh, yeah.
Who,
I did
just
skip
started
over
it.
You're right. I did skip over rookie mode. So in it, I think you get more energy, more health, basically.
Yes.
So if you're having a hard time, you could play that.
Yep. If this is your first Metroid game, make it a little easier on yourself.
I would hope it wouldn't be your first, but...
It's, new people playing all the time.
That can't be helped because you can't get any of the games anywhere. But anyways.
Yeah.
So that's exciting that they're still supporting Dread after all this time.
Yeah. Would have been nice to have more Metroid news, but that's all we get for right now. So we've got Advance Wars 1 and 2, a reboot coming up. New intel has arrived from the front lines. Advise a memorable cast of commanding officers, now voiced through 2 wild and charming campaigns. You'll encounter unique characters and diverse terrain, requiring you to develop strategies to succeed in battle. Beyond the campaigns of Advance Wars and Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising, go for the high scores in War Room, create and share custom maps in the Design Room, and battle friends and frenemies in the local and online multiplayers. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp marches onto Nintendo Switch on April 8th.
This actually is temptingly... I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to get it just because it looks so good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Advance Wars. I've never played the series myself, but...
The only Advance Wars I have played was the kind of soft reboot they did for the Wii. It was like a sequel to that. I just randomly picked it up. I rented it for some reason.
Did you enjoy it?
It was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't it was big 3D space, and you moved
just
around in that. It was all right. It was fun. It had like an overarching story, and there was some satellite beam of destruction or something like that. That you had.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Some random strategy story that they.
But just the animation and look like the character.
It's very charming.
Yeah. I was like, wow. That actually looks really fun. One thing I did not see coming though was Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. coming onto the Switch. I'm like, that is so out of left field.
I mean, they had it on the Wii, which is just a very...
Well, that's what's funny, though. Apparently, this is the Wii version.
Oh.
They're kind of bringing in. But
okay.
I would state to argue that the Wii version is the superior version.
Oh.
Because of, like, what you could do with, like, your force powers and your combat powers and stuff.
I hadn't played the Wii version. I played it on I think the Xbox. I had it.
Well, the Xbox version was graphically more impressive, and you did get some, like, force abilities. With the Wii version, you could, like, swing your lightsaber, like, however many times, and then use your force or lightning or whatever.
Use the motion controls
and you could, like, shoot a ball of lightning or, like, send out a shockwave of, like, lightning force. There's cool. There's a whole bunch of stuff you could do in the Wii version, which...
so hopefully this just runs a lot better, and maybe they'll do a graphical upgrade for it as well to make so we can get the best of both worlds for it.
It probably looks a little better. They might have up-resed it just a little bit.
Yeah, not like a full like rehaul, but just upscaling it kind of.
But we'll have motion controls, and you can also there's like a dual mode that you can like fight like multiplayer
with one Joy-Con each. Is that how they have
I don't know. I'm kind of scared to look at it, but it comes with all the DLC and everything. It's going to come out on April 20th. I would recommend.
A lot of releases in April.
Yeah.
Got a lot of stuff coming up.
My wallet might hurt in April. So.
So after that, we've got another collection that's being ported over to the Switch. We've got Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection. Assassin's Creed is launching on February 17th, and I'm not sure how many. I'm guessing this is just the games that Ezio is the protagonist of?
Yes.
Okay.
So he got 2, Brotherhood and Revelations.
Yeah. All right.
So you'll get 3 games.
Those 3 games.
A lot of Assassin's Creed collections are coming to Switch. It's very interesting.
I know. I guess they're just trying to keep
why this wasn't
afloat.
Before the Rogue collection with Assassin's Creed 4 and the Rogue.
I've paid attention to the Assassin's Creed series.
That's fine. And next up, they announced that the Cuphead, the Delicious Last Course DLC, is coming on to Nintendo Switch on June 30th. So they keep talking about this DLC. I feel like it keeps getting pushed back, but it's eventually going to get here. And we talked about...
we've finally got a release date.
Yeah, finally got a release date for that, which is June 30th this year. But also, I was thinking of like the Cuphead show. I can't remember if we talked about it on here or not.
I don't think so. I've not even heard of the Cuphead show.
Really?
No.
I could have sworn we did it. But what's up next?
Yeah, so after that, we've got Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, a new announcement trailer. As you engage in massive battles across a war-torn Fodlan, Eldgard, Dimitri, and Claude, and other Fire Emblem 3 Houses characters return and put their combat expertise on display. Unleash devastating combos and stunning special moves in action-packed real-time combat. Cut through hordes of enemies as characters from the Fire Emblem 3 Houses game and take down dozens of foes with Eldgard's axe, Dimitri's lance, or blast through enemies from a distance with Claude's bow. Slash, swing, and spear your way through for a brighter future for Fodlan on June 24th.
I've always been a fan of the warrior type games, and I really like
the Dynasty Warrior and stuff like that.
I don't know, it's something satisfying. I know it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it myself as well. Even the Legend of Zelda one, which I think wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it.
Hyrule Warriors, in my opinion, was probably the best thing. It had its like issues, just content-wise. There's just so much to do. Like, oh my gosh, there's no way you're gonna be able to complete it.
Especially with how much they keep on adding to it.
They kept adding,
keep adding things to it.
But in Hyrule Warriors, the Age of Calamity, that was like, it took me a while to get used to the changes they made. But I would say like the Hyrule Warriors series is probably the best like Warriors thing that they've ever
kind
done.
of series.
I've
got a soft spot for like Dynasty Warriors 7. That's the first one I played. I just really enjoyed that one.
But Fire Emblem Warriors, it came out. It wasn't bad. I wasn't in love with it though. I think like I was there for it. I played it. You know,
Yeah.
it was on the Wii U, I think. But they did something that I didn't like. They had several they had characters, but like if it was like 2 bow characters, the bow characters had the exact same moveset.
Oh.
But they would have like different supers, which I'm like,
different like final attacks or whatever. Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
a bit lame.
That is, I'm like, what? No, because the whole thing with Hyrule Warriors is everybody has their own moveset.
Yeah, that's why you play it, so you can just keep on playing different kinds of movesets and find out which one you like the most.
So I was just like, what's the? I get it, but like, what's the point? But anyway, you know, that was one thing I really didn't like. So, but I actually look forward to this. I probably will play it just because, again, I like the warrior stuff.
Yeah.
Is it my turn? Okay.
I think it is.
Moving on, because I could talk about that all day long. Live Alive is a previously unreleased outside of Japan. The RPG game Live Alive is releasing on Nintendo Switch in the HD 2D style. 7 difficult stories featuring protagonists, time periods, gameplay. In the Wild West and like the Twilight Edo Japan, you know, there's like shinobis and
you go through like all these stages of humanity, prehistoric, in the future, stuff like that.
So I thought it was fairly interesting to bring up. It looks cool, and I'm sure some people who enjoy that series or know of it or whatever, are looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll pick it up, but
I'm not sure either. That kind of 2D HD style sometimes hurts my eyes.
Really?
I think it just looks weird, the way the depth of field is and stuff like that. It was, popularized by Octopath? Is that what it was called?
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah. So, and then
now everybody's doing
every RPG is doing the exact same thing.
All right, well, let's blow through these last few, except for maybe the last one. But go ahead.
We've got Triangle Strategy. Triangle Strategy is launching for Nintendo Switch on March 4th.
Well, we finally got a release date, I guess.
Yeah.
We're still sticking with Triangle Strategy. Oh, goodness. Let's go ahead and move on, though. Chrono, the Fantasy Riviera series, I think that's how you say that. It's coming to Nintendo Switch. Like, apparently there's 2 games, and I think they're basically getting remade. It actually looks pretty good.
Oh, okay.
I say, do we have the trailer? There we go. See, it doesn't look bad.
Oh, there we go.
I know, like, this was on PS1, I believe, Chrono series. Looks, it's not like amazing, but it looks definitely better than what it was on the PS1. I know some people like this. I just thought it was surprising that, like, here you go.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it would just be an enjoyable, sit down. Well, it can't be that long of a game.
No.
Most platformers.
No, definitely
probably
sit down.
sit down, finish it in a night. 4-hour, 5-hour game.
But what's next?
We got Getsu Fumadan, Undying Moon. It is coming. It's not coming. It's already out. It's a dark fantasy world brought to life through traditional Japanese art. We get new layouts and challenges to overcome with each attempt that you die in the game. And that art style is just very beautiful.
That's why I kind of wanted to talk about it. It looked very, very interesting. So it kind of reminded me of a Wii game I played. It was
the Okami?
No, not Okami. Muramasa and the Demon Blade. Don't know if anybody's heard of that.
I think I've not played it. I've heard of it though.
Very good. That's why I wanted to kind of talk about it. It kind of reminded me of that. I wish we would actually get a port, but I think Sony actually owns that now.
So not.
And they put it on the Vita, and we'll never see that again. And last but certainly not least, I don't want to put it last on here, but go ahead and roll a trailer. Xenoblade Chronicles
3.
I'm so excited. Even though I have a confession, I've never actually beaten a Xenoblade Chronicles game. But
they are like 100 hours long.
I know, but they are really enjoyable. And this year, because they announced 3 kind of out of the blue, I'm just like, you know what? I gotta do it. I gotta go sit down. I gotta beat them. Okay.
Get one finished.
I'm going to beat the first one. I'm going to beat the HD remake of the first one. I'm going to beat X. I'm going to sit down and beat X because I'm so close to finishing
That's
it.
going to be quite a lot for you to play.
I'm not playing through the first 36 hours again. I'm not starting over. I'm just
okay, you've got one already.
Like, where did I leave off at? And then I got to beat 2. I'm like in the middle of 2.
Yeah, 2's definitely a 90-hour-long game. Like it's quite an investment to get those games finished.
And the internet is blowing up. Like they love the characters. They said finally.
They did look cool. I like the I guess you're playing like a flute or like a piccolo kind of thing.
Something like that. I don't really know what it's called.
Cool.
I think it's a flute. But everyone's in love with the characters already, and everybody's got these wild theories because apparently they are merging universes from the first game and the second game.
That's going to be interesting.
But then there's signs that maybe like X could be in there as well, but I doubt that'll happen. But I think something happened in the Xenoblade. They did with the HD re-release. They put like a future connect thing, so I think maybe that has something to do with like what's going to happen. I need to sit down and play.
Yeah, I've never invested too much time in Xenoblade. It's a bit too much for me when I've got so many other stuff going on.
But I have till September 2022 to sit down and accomplish my goal.
You've got some months to do it.
All right, meme of the week. What is it this week?
We've got we got the graphic. There we go. Graduation speech. I would like to thank the internet, Google, Wikipedia, Microsoft Word, and whoever invented copy and paste. Thank you.
Amen. That is very relatable. A very relatable meme.
Yeah, for anyone who's ever written anything ever, you can relate to that, how much they help. Kind of basic meme. Not too much to explain about it.
Don't have to go to the library anymore and like I could only imagine. No, thank goodness for technology. But let's go ahead and move on. We got some stuff still to cover. I want to kind of blow through this. Anime news. Pokemon did some kind of collaboration short with Daniel Arsham, and it was streamed. It's streamed with English subtitles. It's a video
of like a.
Yep, and then we see Cynthia for some reason. I guess. Because
favorite.
She's just there. Yep.
Got that mother and kid that are in every single movie.
Pretty much. And I believe this is actually taking place in the Kanto region. Because in the next couple of shots, you'll see like all the and Mew's just there for some reason.
I think Mew was that Pichu.
Disguised itself. Just chilling out. You never know about Mew because it can use transform. It's fairly interesting. I think it is worth a watch. It is like a animated art exhibit, which I was like, what is what is going on? This is so trippy.
Yeah, just kind of an advertisement. Looks like they've got 5 or so art exhibits in Japan now, based off of I'm guessing what is his name? Daniel Arsham's works. So that could be interesting to check out. Though we'll not really have the chance.
Yeah, because not everybody can go out to Japan. So this is probably the closest thing you're gonna get. Looks fairly interesting. I would say check it out if you can. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and cover this because you have some stories later on.
Go ahead.
Deadpool is getting a manga, specifically a manga. And
I think he's had 1 or 2 before, just like short kind of manga stories.
Really? But Kudanza's Day's Neo website is listing a recruitment notice for assistance for artist Hikaru Usugi.
As close as we're going to get.
Usugi. The Deadpool Samurai picture is, I think it's what they're calling it, or Deadpool Samurai. Yeah.
They heard Batman Ninja and, figured they had
Batman
to do
Ninja, Deadpool Samurai. Who would come out on top? Find out now. This episode of Death Battle. I'm just kidding. So yeah, it's gonna work on like a bi-weekly serialization, and it's gonna come out in summer with the possibility of becoming a weekly serialization. So possible if you're into that sort of stuff. The Deadpool manga, Deadpool Samurai manga launched on Shonen Jump Plus website in December 2020 as a short series, and the manga ended in June 2021. Suisha, thank you. I thought it was shipped the second Cabal book volume in July 2021. So if you're looking forward to that kind of thing, they're hiring, so it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a teaser, so.
Yeah, just kind of a graphic to announce what's going on.
Pretty much. And then, Logan.
Next up for anime, we got Jujutsu Kaisen. The anime is getting a second season. It is on the way with the voice actor announcing Junya Inoki on stage to commemorate the movie's success, actually.
Oh, good.
And that's when they announced it. The anime doesn't have a specific date confirmed. All that we do know is that it will air in 2023.
Well, that's not too far off,
No,
actually.
not at all.
So I'm glad that they are continuing the series. I hope they continue the series, and I hope they don't drop it, because I really enjoyed Jujutsu Kaisen, and I can't wait to see the movie. Don't screw it up. But anyway, I guess it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, if they're having enough of a celebration to do a stage show or something to celebrate it, then it's got to have done pretty well.
Something must have. Moving on to gaming news. I don't know if this is the only thing. Yep, it's the only gaming news we got besides the Nintendo news that we just talked about. Video games over.
Yeah, we had a lot of gaming news, but this is the only non-Nintendo gaming news.
Dying Light 2 exceeds 3 million copies sold, which I think is pretty good. I'm actually surprised. I didn't know if people actually liked the original Dying Light, which is a zombie survival kind of open world parkour game.
Yeah, I think the reason a lot of people didn't really get Dying Light, the first one, is just because it was at the end of that zombie craze. You know, people are kind of tired of it.
So I wonder what makes this one. I wonder how this one sold better than its predecessor. I don't know.
I mean, I think just Dying Light, the first one, was kind of a sleeper hit, so a lot of people were just excited for the second one.
Okay.
You know, parkouring and stuff is fun. Free running a giant apocalyptic world. You know.
Proud of it. Logan, what's going on? What's the last piece of news we got
So we've got a supercomputer that is able to simulate the entire universe from the Big Bang to the current time. An international team of researchers has produced the most accurate simulation of the universe to date using supercomputers to model the entire history of the universe from the Big Bang to the present day. The project, named Sibulus Dark, created a simulation that reaches out 600 million light years from Earth, including 130 billion simulated particles. It was created using the Dirac cosmology machine, COSMA, supercomputer, from Durham University. The simulation can help answer questions in cosmology as well as visualize phenomenon like dark matter. This is a lot of talking. I'm going to mess up
it's
a lot.
It's fine.
By seeing the way it clumps into regions called halos. The simulations simply reveal the consequences of the laws of physics acting on dark matter and cosmic gas throughout the 13.7 billion years that our universe has been around. The researchers worked on the simulation by using algorithms that reproduced our local area of the universe centered on Earth, spreading out to cover our Milky Way and also nearby galaxies like the Andromeda Galaxy. This was based on a model called the Cold Dark Matter Model, which is a standard model in cosmology.
This is a lot.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot for this. The fact that we have been able to reproduce these familiar structures provides impressive support for the standard cold dark matter model, tells us that we are on the right track to understand the evolution of the entire universe, said the co-author of Matthew Shalhier, Frank, from Leiden University, concurring, this project is truly groundbreaking. These simulations demonstrate that the standard cold dark matter model can produce all the galaxies that we see in our neighborhood. This is a very important test for the model to pass. The researchers now want to use the model to test cosmological models further, hoping to understand more about how the universe came to be the way it is. By simulating our universe as we see it, we are one step closer to understanding the nature of our cosmos, said lead author Stuart McAlpine of the University of Helsinki. This project provides an important bridge between decades of theory and astronomical observations.
I just want to know how they simulate billions
600
of particles.
million.
Yeah. Like, what kind of graphics card do you got, my guy?
They're the ones buying up all the 3090s.
Yeah, hey, wait a minute. Oh, goodness. That's really
crazy.
Interesting. Is there like a video or they're just kind of bragging about it?
They're probably just bragging about it.
See, we use so much processing power, we can't actually record it, but we can simulate it.
Yeah. Recorders aren't allowed when we're simulating. It's private stuff. You know?
Yeah, we need to understand the universe better, so let's not record it. Okay. Well, that's pretty much, I think, gonna be it.
I think that's all we've got for today.
It's kind of a lot to take in, especially if you're a Nintendo Switch fan or anything.
Yeah.
But until next time, everybody, stay fancy.
Yeah.